But I should think the technology in the latest cars is much better, and they go around corners probably a little bit better than what this one would. But still sounds nice after all these years.
Denny, how nostalgic is it coming to the New Zealand Grand Prix? You've been coming for a few years now.
I have. Never been here with this particular car or anything like that, and generally I'm always a spectator, which is frustrating. I would very much like to get back into a Group A saloon and just participate. It's better than being here, but at least I have my own car to drive this weekend.
And this was his little demonstration run around the circuit in the Yardley McLaren M23, a car that, David Oxford, you probably know more about than I do, but I understand from memory this was the car that got a pole position in its first outing in 1973 at Kyalami.
Back in the days when Denny ran the M23 in South Africa, yes, he debuted the car. It was built and designed by Gordon Coppock, the then McLaren designer. Ran very successfully between the years 1972 to 76, and probably more successful in the hands of Emerson Fittipaldi when it became a different colour scheme and a different, but basically the same design. It's powered by a 3-litre DFV, it's titled DFV Cosworth engine, around about 500 to 550 horsepower at its heyday. Beautiful sounding motor car, and of course the big tyres, the big airbox that signified cars of that time. Probably lapping Pukekohe around about the same time as Kenny Smith does today at Grand Prix time.
We think of Denny as a veteran, but he didn't look like it when he was playing around here. This is supposed to be a demonstration.
Well, that's not demonstrating. 59.07. I mean, that's under the minute, and for a car which is probably built in, spends most of its time in mothballs, we jokingly say with these old cars that we bang them on the wall with a big chrome nail. But then he brings them out every now and again and gives us a chance of nostalgia, remembering what real racing cars used to be like.
That time that he just did on what is a demonstration run, remember, would have put him halfway down the grid for today's Pacific race.
Well, logically though, Tony, then he's not going to extend this car. I mean, it's really a museum piece now. It's one of his favourite cars of all time, and whilst he didn't win the World Championship in it, it gave him a lot of good race placings. I remember seeing it in the Austrian Grand Prix in 1973. Funnily enough, he was in a good place, and a plug lead fell off, just the same as it did with Paul Radicic in the first heat of the Grand Prix today. But McLarens have gone on to bigger and greater things even still. They are now internationally known, a household name with the Alain Prost and Niki Lauda-driven MP4 McLarens. But the McLaren name, remembering Bruce McLaren, probably without doubt the most famous New Zealand racing personality, the builder, the designer, so tragically taken from us when he was in his prime. But his name has lived on in cars like this, and right up to the current time when the McLarens are still the cars to beat.